All right. Okay, welcome to this morning's webinar. This is Jessica speaking, and I'm really excited to talk a little bit more about grapefruit. There's a little scientific name of grapefruit underneath where it says grapefruit. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but you've got it there. So you'll know. Can everybody hear me? My mic was kind of glitching out earlier. Can someone type and tell me if you can hear me? Awesome. Okay, we are good. All right. Okay, so we will get started. So grapefruit is one of my favorite oils. I love it because it smells really good and it tastes really good, and it's something that I drink all day long every day. I always have a few drops, well, probably like 10 drops of my grapefruit oil in my glass water bottle that I drink all day long. It's also a favorite of my family's. I have a little daughter who's now 6, and I walked into my office the other day and she had grabbed a little spritzer from my closet, and she had put a couple drops of grapefruit in it, and she was using a little dropper to add water to it. And I asked her what she was doing, and she said she was making her own little perfume. And so then she carries it around with her in her pocket, and she sprays it on her wrist, and she shows it to all of her friends and anyone that'll listen to her. And she just loves it. And she's always really dramatic about the aroma of it. When she breathes it in, she always says, "Oh, Mom, this is so yummy. I love this. Oh, it makes me so happy." Anyway, definitely a favorite of our families. So we are just going to talk a little bit more about it today. Let's see. We can. Okay. So grapefruit. A few things about grapefruit. It's expressed from the peel, so it comes from the rind, not from the fleshy, pulpy part of the fruit. It has a really clean and fresh aroma. It is so crisp, and when you breathe it in, you know exactly what that means. It has light, sharp top notes and slightly sweet, citrusy undertones. If you have a bottle of grapefruit, go grab it so you can be smelling it while we talk about it. I know for me, whenever I, look at that picture and start talking about how good grapefruit smells, I have to go open up my bottle. And if you don't have it, you're definitely going to want to put it on your loyalty rewards order for this month so you can have it in your home. It is so amazing. Okay, let's just talk about, these are just basic uses. This is the list. Grapefruit is, it's been found effective for these things. So an antidepressant, anti-cancerous, antiseptic, and astringent. And a little note about grapefruit oil is it doesn't photosensitize the skin. So you can use it on your face for, if it's oily or blemishes, anything like that. And you don't have to worry about then, going to go out in the sun. Okay, it's a disinfectant, a diuretic. It's helpful with eating disorders, gallbladder, liver congestion, and stress reduction. Sounds like a great oil, right? It is. Okay, so with grapefruit oil in particular, I've tried to, we'll talk about it and what it can be used for, but I've tried to really include a lot of, recipes or recommended protocols so that you guys will really know a lot about the oil, but really then how to incorporate it for what your needs are. So that's why we've got some recipes on here. But grapefruit is really great for fluid retention. So whether this is really severe or, any type of abnormal accumulation of fluid, in a tissue or body cavity, you can use grapefruit for. And this recommendation says 15 drops of grapefruit plus coconut oil, doTERRA's fractionated coconut oil, and you apply in an upward motion towards the torso. And that's with the assumption that, you're retaining water in your legs or your ankles. And when you're doing this, you're also going to want to drink plenty of water just to help flush all the toxins out of your system. And you can add grapefruit oil to your water. I skipped ahead too soon. So this is a great oil to detoxify your system, and it's really going to stimulate the lymphatic system. Dr. Sue mentioned about the grapefruit oil that women use this before when they're wanting to get pregnant, before they get pregnant, as a way to really get rid of toxins and cleanse their whole body. It's just really great to cleanse and get rid of those toxins. All right, now probably why I love the grapefruit oil is because it's a happy oil. Again, if you've used this, you know what I mean. It's really great because it's going to lift your spirits. It helps to refresh your day and help you feel revived. And as a result, you just can feel happier. As of late, I've really liked it for sad therapy. This is when you're affected by the seasons. I'm in Boise, Idaho, and it's finally cleared out, but we had an inversion for what seemed like all of January. And I really started feeling that, not seeing the sun for a long time and start getting gloomy, feeling depressed, lack of energy. And so grapefruit is really great in helping with that. And it's something that a lot of people around me were asking for samples for something to help with the lack of sun. But the recommendation: diffuse morning, noon, and night. The aroma of it is so uplifting and really will help make you feel lighter. Applying it to the bottom of your feet and the back of your neck often, just as much as you need. Meaning as frequently as you need, not like 20 drops at one time, but as frequently as you need throughout the day. And then it also says to use an inhaler and inhale deeply and often. If you don't have an inhaler, that's okay. You can just put it in your hands, and instead of just smelling it through your nose, you're gonna breathe it in. Think of how you would use an inhaler, and you can do that in your hands. All right, now grapefruit oil has great emotional benefit too. I have this book called Emotional Healing with Essential Oils by Daniel McDonald. You guys are probably familiar with it, but he talks about grapefruit and the emotional side of it. And it really is the oil of honoring the body. And it addresses the emotions I have listed there: hate for the body, addiction to food and or dieting, and anxiety over appearance. And so I was going to summarize this, and then I just thought that I would just read, it's very short, what he said, because he says it best. So it says, grapefruit teaches true respect and appreciation for one's physical body. It supports individuals who struggle to honor their physical body and are caught in patterns of mistreatment. These forms of abuse may include severe dieting, judging one's body weight or type, and abusing the body through negligent behavior or violence. These acts are often motivated by hate and disgust buried within the psyche, which gets directed toward the physical body. Though the individual may obsess over how they look, deep down they never feel they look good enough. There is a dissatisfaction that persists. Grapefruit oil is often misused in overly strict dietary and weight loss programs. The reason this oil helps curb emotional eating is because it encourages a positive relationship with one's physical body based on love, tolerance, and acceptance. Grapefruit encourages integrity as respecting one's physical needs. This oil assists an individual in listening to their true physical needs and impulses. It also assists one in taking responsibility for what they feel. Grapefruit teaches that no amount of food can fill a hole in the heart, only love can do that. As individuals take ownership of their feelings and get the help they need in addressing them, they no longer have a need to hide their feelings behind food, body abuse, strict regimens, eating disorders, or other forms of addiction. Now, grapefruit can really help and assist in emotional healing when it comes to honoring the body. And I think that what he said there is pretty powerful. And I just feel really grateful that we have these essential oils to help us, with our physical body and also with our mental and emotional health. So we'll talk a little bit more specifically on how that correlates to, to our everyday life. But you can keep that in mind. And if that's something that maybe you're struggling with, grapefruit is a great oil to turn to. And just overall learning to honor the body, grapefruit helps us do that. So let's talk about things a little more specifically. We just kind of touched on the idea of anorexia and bulimia. And, because grapefruit is such a powerful oil, we get to use it to help with feelings of self-approval and uplifting the mood. And so this helps if we are struggling with anorexia or bulimia. As far as an appetite suppressant, this isn't something that, we want to drink a whole bottle of grapefruit in hopes that it will satisfy a craving. What it does is it curbs the craving or the addiction that we're experiencing. Instead of satisfying it, it helps it back off. And that's really what we want, so we can experience true healing there. Just it helps it back off, just like it does with the bad thoughts. The bad thoughts back off and the bad cravings back off. With sugar cravings, again, it's not going to satisfy the sugar craving. It's going to help that sugar craving just back away, not be intense and rule our mind. And you can just inhale from the bottle when craving sugar. Go to your grapefruit oil and breathe that in, and then take 1 to 3 times a day in water. Again, I take grapefruit oil all day, every day. I wake up in the morning when I'm going to the gym, and I have 10 to 15 drops of grapefruit oil in my big glass water bottle, and then, refill that throughout the day. One that seems to always be a point of interest for people is cellulite. And there's a little recipe for that with 10 drops of grapefruit and 8 drops of lemon and 1 ounce of FCO, that's fractionated coconut oil. That's just the little abbreviation for it. And you massage it into the body in a kneading pattern every evening. And what this does is it's going to help eliminate toxins and reduce the cells that may be hoarding these toxins, and that causes it to be a fat destination. So it's just, again, helping to detox our system and get rid of those toxins that are doing negative things to our body. All right, addictions. Again, we know now why grapefruit is so powerful with this, and the recommendation is to just apply 1 to 2 drops topically over your stomach or the back of your neck, and then inhale from the bottle or from your hands, just that the aroma of it is going to help. And again, with withdrawal, diffuse it and use it topically over the throat and neck. All right. Okay, grapefruit for fatigue. I think this is something we all experience. And when that fatigue starts setting in, start diffusing your grapefruit oil and then apply a drop over your chest, on your chest, right over your heart. Jet lag. I think that's something we've experienced before, and it's not fun at all. A great thing to do is use the grapefruit while you're traveling, while you're flying, wherever you're going. Use it during the process just to keep you energized. And then when you get to your destination, use it to as you're getting used to the time zone change or just fatigue from traveling. You can, again, add it to your water and inhale it from the bottle or breathe it in through your hands. Stress. Does anyone not have stress out there? I think we all have it to some degree, and grapefruit is a great oil to turn to. Diffuse it. You can rub it through your hair. That's something that's really great to do, just putting a few drops on your fingertips and kind of massaging it on your scalp. Put a couple drops in your bath. Apply it topically over your heart center or your solar plexus. Another great thing is if you get stressed while you're driving places, put a couple drops on a cotton ball and leave it in the car vent, and that's something you can refill really easily. I think Aroma Tools has diffusers too that can go in the cigarette lighters. In my experience, the cotton ball has been just as effective, but I haven't checked out those cigarette lighter diffusers for a couple of years now, or 18 months now. So if anyone has one to recommend, please share that with me. I love that. But until then, the cotton ball works. Another cool thing is that grapefruit really helps to activate our creative side, creative thinking. And this was new to me. I've never tried this blend. And so I'm actually really excited to try it when I need to be in a creative mode. But 4 drops of grapefruit, 3 drops of lemongrass, and 2 drops of frankincense. And you can rub this into your wrists and then rub it in your hands and cup and inhale and exhale deeply and slowly for 2 minutes. So you're just really having those oils, breathing them in and invigorating your mind. I'm really excited to try that one. Okay, these ones, just for some more health ideas, cardiovascular support. You can put a drop in your lotion and just massage towards the heart. For digestion, yes, we can use digestion oil for digestion, but for digestion, we can also add grapefruit to our water and massage over abdomen to help in that area to have a balanced digestion, digestive tract. Gallbladder stones, massage 1 or 2 drops directly over where the area of concern. And kidney support, you're just going to want to massage over lower abdomen and back, and again, add to water. Add to water seems like a great thing for all of these different ailments that we could possibly be dealing with. Just getting the grapefruit in our body, eliminating those toxins, and again, because of the flavor of it, it tastes so good. I I find myself wanting to drink more water because I like the grapefruit oil. Liver disorder, massage over the liver, and again, add to water. All right, this is a question that people have asked me about before, and I didn't really know what to say. But dry throat, dry mouth, you put 2 drops of grapefruit oil in warm water and then gargle, and then you can swallow. You can also add a teaspoon of coconut oil and try, oil pulling where you're just swishing that around. And when you've got the coconut oil, you may just want to spit it out when you're done. But this you can use as needed to help bring that moisture back into your mouth and your throat. Migraine headaches. This is specifically for people who get migraine headaches due to stress, because of stress that causes the headache. Apply topically. And again, just using it on your fingertips and massaging into your scalp is a great idea. And then you can use aromatically, but you'll want to be careful before you put a couple drops all over your body or rub it in lotion all over your body. Your senses are going to be really sensitive when you've got that headache setting in. So just do it in a way that is going to be really helpful and not overpowering to your senses when you're in that, when you're already in that pain. Okay, blood clots. Some people are just more prone to blood clots. And I listened to Dr. Sue talk about this, and she said the great thing about grapefruit oil is it's going to help enhance the medication that you're on. So people that are on blood thinners because they have blood clots, the recommendation isn't use grapefruit oil and get off of your medication, but it's great to use the grapefruit oil in this little recipe listed here, according to Dr. Sue, as a way to help enhance your medication, to keep from having your doctors have to switch it around to find the right balance for you. And the reason for that is because it's really going to clear the path for the medication to do what it's supposed to. And the little recipe here says 4 drops grapefruit, 3 drops of clove, 3 drops of lemon, 2 drops of helichrysum. Those are some powerful oils. Those are going to be really helpful. And you can ingest or apply to the bottoms of your feet to keep your blood at a good flow rate. An immune system booster. I was excited to find this, just as I love On Guard. I use On Guard every day, but it's kind of fun every once in a while to switch it up a little bit. And this is one that you're going to apply to the bottom of your feet before you go to sleep. So kind of as a way for your body to use these oils to recharge and to strengthen while you're sleeping. But it's 5 drops of grapefruit, 4 drops of frankincense, 2 drops of cinnamon, 2 drops of vetiver, and 2 drops of rosemary. And I would think too, with the vetiver and the citrus oil, that's going to be a really peaceful night's sleep too. All right, and then for an increase of white blood cells, again, you're going to blend this together and apply to the bottoms of your feet before sleep. So great if you're fighting an infection. You need more white blood cells to help with that. But 5 drops of grapefruit, 4 drops of lemon, 3 drops lemongrass, 3 drops breathe. Very exciting. Those are both new to me, and I'm really excited to be able to have a new little blend to try out. All right, PMS. I think this is another great recipe, something to help us when we're when PMS sets in. And the recommendation here is 4 drops of grapefruit, 3 drops of geranium, 2 drops of bergamot, and just apply to the bottoms of feet or the back of the neck. Also, a great idea is to massage over the lower abdomen and the solar plexus. Sore mouth, so really sore gums or canker sores in the mouth. I would have never thought that grapefruit would be the oil I would turn to. Seems like it would be counterproductive, but again, it doesn't come from the flesh, the meaty part of the fruit. It comes from the rind, and it's great for cleansing out our mouth. So if you have sore gums, if you have canker sores, just put a couple drops in water and swish. You could also do it in coconut oil and do oil pulling and just swish and then spit afterwards. I'll mention right here again, because the grapefruit oil doesn't come from the fruit, it comes from the rind. There's some medications out there that say, to avoid grapefruit or oranges or whatever, especially the one that I know of is for high blood pressure. But with grapefruit oil, again, Dr. Sue reassured me that, well, via a webinar, not me personally, but I've heard her speak on the subject, and she said that that's referring to, the pulp, the fruit of the grapefruit and of the oranges. And so when we're talking about grapefruit oil, we don't have to worry about it being an issue with our medication because it's the oil, it's expressed from the peel. It's not what they're wanting us to avoid with our medications. So again, that's a good thing to know, and it's a safe oil to use. All right, I just saw this little recipe and it sounded yummy. So it just says 4 cups of crushed ice and drizzle 4 drops of grapefruit oil on it, and then mix and put into cups and enjoy. And I thought that would be delicious given my love for the flavor of grapefruit. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys. All right, and then just something else to know is grapefruit's contained in a few other of doTERRA's blends. Slim and Sassy, this is the metabolic blend, and it's awesome. I love Slim and Sassy. It's great because it helps with our metabolism. It helps with our appetite and our blood sugars. It helps to regulate these things. And so as a wonderful side effect, if you will, we can experience weight loss and just feel healthier altogether. And grapefruit is a big part of that because of what it does to our metabolic rate. And, all the other things that we learned about today to help curb the craving. It's also in the Aroma Touch blend. And that's because grapefruit really has a wonderful ability to reduce stress and fatigue. And so it's also great for our tissues that are retaining water. So it encourages balance in our fluids, and it brings about relief of muscle pain. Because again, it's flushing out the toxins that cause us to have achy muscles. Then Citrus Bliss, another oil that I love the aroma of. Well, I like the aroma of Slim and Sassy and Aroma Touch as well, but Citrus Bliss has grapefruit oil in it, and that is a wonderful oil. Again, another one of my favorites, and I'm glad the grapefruit oil is in there. It's definitely a mood lifter. All right, so that is the information that I have today about grapefruit oil. And if there's any questions, go ahead and type them in, and I can take a minute to answer questions that you may have. Does anyone have questions? Okay. I don't think anyone has any questions. So that is our webinar for today. Thanks for listening in, and I hope you guys